I hope they are watching. They'll see. They're probably watching me now. They'll see, and they'll know, and they'll say, why, he wouldn't even harm a fly. Welcome aboard, everyone, to the next installment of Hauntformer live streams. Now, I realize that I've been doing a lot of these recently, and I did one tonight because I'm not sure when the next one will be. I don't think I'll be doing one for the next several days. At least that's what I believe. I'm not positive about that. And this one's in black and white, so I'm changing it up a little bit. You know, I'm trying out the different filters and stuff like that. And thank you for, watching me. I know Haunters Hangout is going on right now. Like I said, if you haven't checked them out, make sure to give them some love, too. They're really professional haunters, and they do a really cool job. I think the channel is called, like, Diablo some number. If you look up Haunters Hangout, chances are you'll find it. I think they're on Season 5. And they do it every Thursday at, I want to say, it must be around 9 o'clock is when they start. So, Jared is not here tonight. Jared's not here tonight, unfortunately, but I'm here, and, we had a great conversation with you guys yesterday, and I think the day before, too. We had another live stream. And so, here we are with yet another one. So, basically what we're going to do today is we're just going to answer some questions. This one might not be as long as yesterday. I'm hoping this one will be about half an hour to 40 minutes. Maybe. We'll see where this goes. So, you can ask questions. I'll try to answer some of them. And we'll talk about different ideas that you guys have for the Halloween industry and upcoming prop builds and things like that. I have a prop build in the works right now for how to make a custom zombie clown head. So I think a lot of you were asking about that, and you will definitely see your clown head very, very soon. This is Roller Coaster. Are you going to build, how do you think you're going to... Oh, this roller coaster. Are you going to use PVC? I'm really interested in that idea. Well, if I end up doing some sort of roller coaster thing, it likely won't be the entire coaster. It'll likely be the car, like a smashed version of the car, and maybe I'll even do it outside. It's going to be difficult to do. I'll have to look up concepts of an actual roller coaster car, and then from there figure out if I'm going to make it in wood, which would be heavy. And if I do it in cardboard, it'd be cheap, but it would fall apart pretty easy. But then again, I probably wouldn't need it after this year. But, I want to take quality effort into the work that I do. So, we'll see where that goes. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people have been requesting the roller coaster car, so you definitely might see it. I have other ideas for the abandoned haunted house and the props that will go in it, so expect those videos soon. I have to start working on the first installment of the abandoned haunted house build, which is the layout, and I talk about the layout and about where the props are going to go and stuff like that. So the layout is basically done, but the ideas of where everything's going to go are not done. But the framework for the haunt is there. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, and thank you. I could always use a wood frame and cardboard skin. That is very true. Yeah, you can ask me some cool questions. Where did I get the footage from the carnival for the trailer? That is actually stock footage I can't talk today. That I got off of online. But you have to make sure, if you're going to use it, that it's royalty free so you don't get copyright infringed. So that's what I had to find. And I had to, I have an editor that I use to make it look really distorted and creepy, because on its own, that footage looks pretty, like they'd use it for like a Busch Gardens commercial or something. My favorite song, a lot of my favorite songs are from this artist, Keith Green. He's a Christian singer. and he does a really excellent job. Sadly, he passed away in a plane accident, but he is probably my favorite singer. Besides him and his ministry music, I also really enjoy Earth, Wind, and Fire, who sing Say On and On, Dancing in September, and Let's Groove Tonight. And chances are, if you're someone who has been around Halloween for a while, you probably heard those songs playing in a Halloween store from time to time. Oh, whoa! Did you make this, Cameron? Cameron, I just got a photo from Cameron. Also, yes, I saw Chad tried to call me too, so I'll have to try to call you back, Chad. Did you make this? Look at this. Here's an excellent example of the roller coaster. Sorry. Look at that. That doesn't look that hard. You know what would be awesome? Guys, I just got a tremendous idea. On Halloween, I really like for people to share about the haunted house and about hauntformer. So what if we made this seat so people could sit in it and take pictures in it before they go in the haunted house? Like, it looks all crashed and they take a picture in it, and then they can use the hashtag hauntformerhaunt or some hashtag, and that way people get information about our what we do on YouTube. I don't know, I think that's a pretty good idea, if you ask me. Excuse me, sir. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, then you better let the poor guy out. Oh, my goodness. It's from Pinterest. Well, that's still really neat. Thank you for sharing that, Cameron. What horror movie remake do you want to see a second chance in the future? Maybe another Halloween, but I don't know. It's hard to beat the classic. I have an idea for a prop. Thank you, Rob. Oh, and I just wrote you, too. And the video is the... must have been the Urban Legends Haunted House video. It would be sort of the original Bride in the Attic from the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, using LEDs to make a glowing heart that could beat. I love that idea. Morbid Enterprises made a few years ago, or actually I think it was last year, a creepy bride. I would really love to get my hands on it. The only difficulty I would see with making a bride is the costume. I could get a cheap one, maybe, but sometimes they cost quite a bit. So here's what I'm going to do, I think, in the next month or so, that should please you, Haunted Mansion fans like myself. I am going to show you how to make a ghost head based off of the look of like the Haunted Mansion, with the blues and the purples and the shading on it. I gotta really get down to figuring out how to do that, but as soon as I do, you won't want to miss it. So also check out my social media so you can follow along as I try to put these together. That's typically what I do. Beep beep, they all float down here. And when you're down here with us, you'll float too. What was my favorite childhood toy? I had a Woody doll from Toy Story. I loved that thing. Carried it around. My mom threw it in the washing machine one time, and I started crying because I thought she threw it away like in Toy Story 2. Will I work at Spirit when I graduate college? I'm not too sure. I am not entirely that sure. But I will definitely be visiting Spirit. Chad's calling me. Let's do a quick phone answer with Chad.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Chad.
This is Chad.
What's going on, Chad?
Nothing much. I just wanted to join.
Well, thank you for joining. If, in case you don't know who Chad is, if you're living under a haunt rock, Chad is Halloween Haunter. So if you haven't checked him out, please make sure to. He does a lot of really neat videos. He has some grave ravers, and especially if you like grave ravers, you're not going to want to miss what Chad does. I actually don't have any that I'm aware of. I think I used to have a ghost one that I got for my birthday one year, but not positive. So, anything you want to say to the fine boys and girls out there, Chad?
I don't know. I just wanted to join because I want to like talk about your haunt stuff, and why not?
Oh, that's fine. Let me see if I can't, I'm just gonna set you up. Hang on. Sorry, I'm off screen. I'm trying to move this thing so that way I don't have to hold the phone. Alright, I think that'll work.
Do you remember Jaden's live stream?
Jaden's live streams? I do remember those. Who could forget? Those were pretty fun.
Yeah.
Jaden's videos had some really cool live streams. When I figure out how to do the Google Hangouts editions, you will definitely be seeing some of those.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, they definitely were. So I got Spaz back here too. Where is he? There he is. I wanted to get him in the frame too.
Probably ask if Hunter Shovels are only 2050 property. You could like book me an also.
Sorry, my sister just walked in.
Hi. I was looking for a flight on. Couldn't find it.
I think it's, I don't know where it is. And I'm sorry, Anthony, I'm not ignoring you. Feel free to ask, I must have passed by. And then, yeah, I do believe I know who, HTJ Haunt is. I'm sorry, Anthony, I'm not trying to ignore you.
Probably ask.
And neither am I trying to ignore you, Jackson. And, Jared is not here.
Probably ask if Haunted Show was your only 2016 prop you got for 2016.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, and, yeah, feel free to ask any question you want, Joey. Yeah, Spaz is staring. Quit staring, it's rude. Sorry, the nerve.
Matt, did you get Boogeyman?
What? I got Boogeyman.
Yeah, Haunted Show.
Yes, I did get Boogeyman. Can you please show us your step back? I don't exactly know what that means. And yes, feel free to ask your question, Jackson. Can you break ankles? I mean, I guess I could try. I guess if I brought my foot up here. It's like the It's like the Exorcist with my foot. Whew. It's the foot spin. Oh, sorry, I hit the tripod. Spasm is creeping up behind you. I'm sure he... Why is he... He does look closer.
Spasm is creeping up behind you.
Yo, you got a job? Congratulations. Would I rather sip a Capri Sun in one suck or sip some Kool-Aid in one suck? Definitely probably the Capri Sun. Capri Sun I think is superior to Kool-Aid. And Sunny D is probably in the middle between them. Catch the wave. Do you guys think they should make more Halloween drinks? That's a question I have. I don't know if you've heard of this drink. It's called Ecto Cooler. It's really good. It's a Ghostbusters green. What?
You should have made a review on that.
I should have. Maybe I will this year. It was at Big Lots. Oops, sorry. There's questions. You want to show most of your Halloween props and make reviews on them. I will definitely have to do that. I still have to review Boogeyman. I still have to review the Dead Silence mask. I get the Jeff the Killer mask in the next, like, day or two. Yeah, we're going to be... I gotta get more reviews going. I haven't made a review in a while. I miss saying, and welcome back to another R.I.P. review. Will I get the Friday the 13th video game? I don't know.
Some of your old props also.
I could, yeah, like redo some of the old reviews.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
You
Make
do that.
make a review of Ectocooler, yeah.
Or like the Jimmy Mummy.
Healthy junk food, yeah.
Mummy woman.
Yeah. Do I charge for my haunted house? How much? I don't really charge for my haunted house, so we've wanted to do donations for the Rotary in my area, which for all of you who don't know what Rotary is, they basically help different people and different organizations around the area, and I think it's a good cause. They help kids, they donate things to schools, so if I did do donations, I'd probably do them for there. What do I call a vampire in a snowstorm? Is that what someone asked? Do you like my new profile picture? It's hard to see what it is. But I kind of like the colors. It reminds me of my Spasm review I did one time where I made the colors all weird. Is the projector from your last haunt in the background? Cool idea. Oh, if you mean the green, well, it's not green to you because it's in black and white, but yes, that is the projector. Also, they're making a haunted projector prop this year. I don't know if you've seen it. They're making a haunted projector, and it projects like a little skeleton dancing, which is it's kind of a missed opportunity. They could have made something creepier on the projection, but at any rate, still cool. And they also have a new haunted TV. What was that, Chad?
I kind of agree with that, but I might still get putting on the price.
Yeah, I think it's going to be around $50. And they're also making a haunted TV, a new one, that's not from Techie Toys. I mean, they're making other haunted TVs, as we've already seen, but this is a different one, and I guess the screen actually, projects some image. Like, it's not a face popping out, it's like an actual screen. So, kind of cool.
What was that on?
I think it's on Spook Mart, or Halloween Skeletons.
I'll have to check that out.
Does your haunted shovel tombstone have problems with the step pad? I've actually never hooked it up to a step pad, so I couldn't answer that question. I apologize.
I've never hooked mine up to it.
I will try not to end the stream while you are away. I love me some Techie Toys. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's your ideas, Mac, for your next haunt, or for this haunt? Like, what's your haunt build ideas?
Oh, man. Well, maybe the roller coaster. I might want to do, if I get another wiper motor, I might want to do Mr. Smiley, just from I think the torso up. Because I really want him to sort of look like a stick figure, so he's mostly just going to be black PVC or yellow PVC with the big yellow head and the eyes. And really, he's just going to spin like that. And I also want to have a lot of plants in this year's haunt, like overgrown plants. So, maybe I'll get a plant monster.
Do you guys have any ideas for my haunt? I have no idea.
I think you should make like a fake bed and then have someone pop out from underneath the sheets.
Good.
Or
I should make one of those props like John Doe, where
have you seen the thing? It was from a few years ago at a Halloween convention, and it looked like a little kid sleeping in bed with two clowns looking over him. That would be cool if you could recreate that. I would look it up. I forgot what it's called though, but it was like this little kid sleeping, and it had two clowns looking over him, and they were props. It was pretty cool and creepy, and it was in blacklight.
Because the only idea I have for my haunt now is making a pipe prop, that pipe broke, and there's a fog machine to it.
Yeah.
And have fog coming out of that. I think that'd be a cool idea. And green foam on it. So that's my only other idea.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, you can ask your question, whoever just mentioned asking about a question. Who's Eric and Dylan? Eric and Dylan? I don't know, there's a bunch of Erics and Dylans. I mean, it just depends on which ones you're talking about. I mean, there's Eric SO3 2000, if that's who you're referring to. But Dylan, I'm not 100% positive, actually.
I know.
Oh, maybe that Dylan. The Dylan that just commented. Matt, I will try to answer your question, Zach. Here's an April Fool's suggestion. You got a new prop from Spirit. It's Jared. That would be actually pretty funny. That's a good idea. I like that. Should make a website about Halloween, advertise your haunt collab with other YouTubers. That is a great idea. Actually, I wanted to address this while I was, talking to you guys. I realized that YouTube recently has had a lot of negative changes. I don't know if you've heard you probably have.
Yeah, like for ads, I mean.
Yeah, if you've heard of the changes, basically these companies don't want their ads in front of controversial videos. So a lot of videos are not being monetized, which means YouTubers don't get paid. One good thing is I don't necessarily depend on YouTube as my primary source of income. I have a job, but it always helps to get new props and stuff. And maybe if it ever got big, I could eventually turn it into like a part-time job. But I don't think my ads have been affected that much. But nonetheless, a lot of YouTubers, including this one, I don't know if you've heard of him. His name's Rob Dyke. He makes some cool, scary, horror content, and he's getting affected because things that are quote scary are controversial, so ads won't be put in front of it. So, in the case that YouTube is shutting down, I don't know, I mean, that sounds like a crazy thing, but you never know. So I want to make a backup website, so in case YouTube doesn't go through and this channel is, deleted for some reason, you who enjoy hauntformer can go to that website.
YouTube takes on mine or something. Because recently, YouTube recorded a bunch of my videos, and remember how that community guideline strike?
Yeah.
It was all because of that stupid YouTube revenue stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was false reporting.
I know, it's so nuts. And congrats, Marcus. And no, Jared is not with me. We only have Spaz, which, he's good enough, I guess. Who needs Jared? Just kidding. Yeah, so I think it's definitely going to be interesting. A Subway theme to put Jared in it. That would be creepy. I actually did have an idea of doing an abandoned town one year, or have something like that with a bunch of empty stores and stuff, but since I'm probably going to do horror next year, it's going to be definitely a different change for me. You have to look for Halloween sponsorships. That's right, we're going to have to look for those Halloween revenues. Do you think that the older Jimmy Halloween props are overpriced? Oh, a lot of them are on eBay. But if you mean their original prices, I think they're better quality than a lot of the bad props we get nowadays. And I think that they were worth it back then, more so than they are today.
Yeah, they're popping out on eBay for $500.
Yeah. Will I be going to Horror Nights in LA? Probably not LA. If I went, I'd go in Orlando.
License figures, the official license, Jimmy Adams.
Yeah, and they had moving eyes and stuff. They had moving eyes, and they weren't just LEDs. And what's with this thing with Halloween companies putting LED eyes and everything? It doesn't make imagine if Spasm had LED eyes. It looks so goofy. There's certain things that can be that work. Yeah, there's certain things that work with LED eyes. A lot of props don't, and they use them anyways. Now, if you can do a painted eye, like flesh-eating zombie that happens to light up, that may be acceptable. But even then, it ruins the realistic approach to it. That's what I think, at least.
That's why you can always just cut the wires to the LED or something.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, feel free to tell me anything you want, Rob. What's my Haunt 2017 being called? It's called Abandon. Check out the trailer if you haven't. I just posted it, I think, March 31st, I uploaded the trailer. I think it's really going to be neat.
I uploaded the same thing, so I uploaded it, and then I didn't realize you uploaded yours.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were trying to do it around that time. I wanted it to be a little bit earlier this year. John Carpenter or Wes Craven? I'd say John Carpenter.
For me, I was supposed to April 2nd, but I wanted to just start a hot build already. So I'm already out of ideas, so I just posted a hot build April 2nd, but...
Yeah, how many hot builds do you have now?
Just one. But I need more ideas for it.
Yeah. And RTJ, he sounds familiar. I don't know if I've talked to him that much, though. Maybe I have. I don't know. There's a ton of haunters, you guys. There are a lot of haunters.
You probably make HCJ Halloween.
Oh, that could be. Rush Sleep Experiment in the background. That's him. It's funny that a lot of people didn't realize that the Russian Sleep Experiment guy was a Halloween decoration. Funny. But I've always loved Spaz. I've had Spaz for many years. I think I got him like 2008. It was a while ago. On this, I think it was a website called Fright Catalog. I don't even know if they exist anymore. But Spaz is my favorite prop currently, and it's going to be hard to beat him. I mean, I'm getting the Ancient Mummy soon from Distortion, so that could be a good rivalry. But still, I mean, just I hope to be soon.
I want to get like at least one Distortions prop.
Yeah, I would really like a Distortions prop. Other props are expensive with motors in them, but the Ancient Mummy actually looks fine without having any movement or anything. It's just a really nice looking.
How much is he?
He's I think 150, which isn't that bad for a Distortions prop.
I might consider getting that because I am a big fan of like mini props, so maybe
yeah.
Maybe I'll get that.
If I do get him,
I think there's a lot of cool props there.
yeah. If I do get him, maybe next year if I do horror again, one of the movies could be The Mummy and have like really cool like ancient Egyptian stuff. I can get like snakes, and they're making a skeleton cobra prop this year, so I could get that to go along with the corpse, which would be kind of cool.
Wait, you're doing horror again next year?
I believe so. My idea, if for all of you who haven't heard it, my idea was, because I really like the idea of horror, I love movie theaters, so I was thinking of next year, and every year after that at least, doing horror, but I know a lot of people love when I do, like, teasers and stuff, so I think the teasers might fall into what movies and what things are going to be in horror, because really the movie theater part is only the entrance going into the movies, and then from there I want people to guess and vote for what movies they want to see in the haunted house. So that's what might be happening, and I think that would be kind of neat and different, change it up a little bit. That might be.
Speaking of I might stick with Nightmares, my haunt. But the thing is, Jane already sticks with the Nightmare house, so that can kind of be like copy if I did that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's common themes. Oh, someone asked about the garage. It's my grandparents' garage we use because their neighborhood gets a lot of popularity. In fact, the cops had to show up like a year or two ago, and they kind of broke everyone away. But they were just doing their job. They don't want to have a bunch of people running around in this neighborhood. But eventually, it might change to somewhere else. I don't know yet. I would love to do it in my own garage to have more time to work on it, but our garage, our house is in a cul-de-sac, and it just makes it difficult because, we're not getting a lot of traffic in here, and if traffic did come here, there's nowhere to park without blocking the other houses. I would definitely prank call Jared. I don't know if he's home because he went to a film festival thing tonight, so I can try to.
You want to prank call Jared?
Yeah, I might. So if you want, Chad, do you mind if we talk to you in the next stream?
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you though for talking, Chad. That was pretty fun. Alright, say bye to Chad, everybody. Bye, Chad. Sorry, they can't really say anything. But we'll talk to you soon, Chad, and make sure to check out Halloween Haunter on YouTube. See you later, bud.
See ya.
Bye. Also, no one's guessed the name of the theme of this episode's live stream. With the title, I mean. Oh, and the meet and greet for Cameron9999 is official, so that's pretty cool. So, I don't know, Jared might not answer. So, we might be out of luck. But if he does, we will get a pretty good reaction. Let's try to... Whoa! I apologize. I hate hitting the tripod. It ruins the quality of my videos. And the theme is abandoned for this year. They all float down here. Yo!
Hey, Jared. Sorry I missed your call. Please.
Dang it! He didn't answer. Like I said, he's probably still at that little film festival thing. But if I see my phone go off or something, I'll try to grab it. I have a question for you. Now it's your turn to answer my questions. That's right. My question is, what horror character would you want to see as a Halloween prop? Leave your comment below. Come on, let's go. What was your question, Rob? I apologize. I guess I didn't get it. Are we gonna see a broken chair in the haunt? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Saw. Whoa. Dang it, next time. That's right. I made some short horror films. But hey, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. I want to see another Chucky prop. Next year, Trick or Treat Studios is making it. They already have a prototype. Go to their Facebook page if you want to see it. Club Penguin theme. Don't you want a balloon? I will not be disclosing Jared's phone number due to privacy reasons, so I do apologize. If you want to contact Jared, I would just go on his social media, and he will likely respond to you. So if you're a fan of Jared, can you call you again? You have a good theory. Could you leave a comment for now, chat, if that's okay? And I'll try to make the best of the theory. If you could, I'd appreciate it. Just because we'll also see if Jared calls back, but I don't know if he will. I doubt it. Do a clown theme for the next live stream. That's a good idea. But did anyone guess the theme of this live stream? Mario.exe. What's up, Will? Will Bill. That's cool. It's not from The Fly. Wouldn't even harm a fly. What do you mean, what theme? Basically, in the title of this live stream, there it says, it has a red dot, it says live hauntformer with a line, and then it says something in quotes. That quote is from a horror movie or from some horror related thing. And that is kind of, it's not really the theme of it's just kind of like the daily guess. Like, guess what the name of this stream is or what movie it's from. And it's not from Silence of the Lambs, I apologize. Yes, Lunar Haunted House, got it. It is from Psycho. It's from the very end when Norman is his mother, Norma, and is saying, I hope they are watching. They'll see, and they'll know, and they'll say, why she wouldn't even harm a fly. One of the creepiest scenes. Tell us a scary story. I guess I could. I was actually considering that, making this into like a scary story time. Okay. Let me turn down the music. And let's get dark. Are you ready? Let's tell a scary story. Sorry, I don't have a cape. It's not cool without a cape. Let's get this room dark. Rex, I'm gonna turn off your cage light. Out of my arsenal of assorted horror stories, I think I'll be able to come up with one. Okay. Okay. Let's get to scary story time. Let's have everyone be quiet. And remember, everything is terrifying. Here's a scary story one of my favorite scary stories. of all time. So, let's just have the chat slowly become quiet as we listen to the story. Here we go. Yeah, turn off your lights and let's listen. Are you ready? I'm going to turn off maybe my flashlight too. I was kind of trying to make it kind of cool, like an old horror story, but it just kind of makes my face blind. So let's just set it right here and let's listen. Are you ready? I think I even need to turn off these lights. There we go. That's more like it. Here we go. So, this story takes place in, what year was it? Must have been, I think it was 2014, if I'm not mistaken. In 2014, there was a woman who lived out in the country. She had a really out there house, and basically what that means is you'd have to take roads and roads down, kind of like in the movie The Shining where she drove out. You'd have to drive out to this house, and upon arriving there, upon arriving to that house, it was very lonely, but she had a pretty good life with her and her husband, and she would constantly need the assistance of a maid. Unfortunately, years prior, her husband suffered, they think it was some sort of heart attack or some sort of weird death that occurred to him on the downstairs couch. And the way their house worked is they had this very narrow staircase that would go up and wind around upstairs where this woman lived. Because the woman, unfortunately, was in a wheelchair. And so, her husband, who passed away, she couldn't do anything because he was upstairs. And it seems that it was a similar case with what happened in 2014. So in 2014, this woman who was living on the second story reported her babysitter, her caretaker really, had been murdered. And being in a wheelchair, she could do nothing about it. She was on the top floor. This murderer came in, murdered and stabbed the babysitter on the downstairs floor. So this private detective, I forgot the name of the private detective, but he drove down this long, narrow street, finally got up to this house, and the door was opened by the old woman. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't opened by the old woman. There was a key under the mat. I apologize. He opened the door with the key, and the woman greeted him from atop the stairs. She waved, she smiled, and he began taking photographs of this very horrific scene of this poor caretaker murdered. And he just had flashbacks constantly. Flashbacks about, the last time this had happened at this same house. And he remembered the phone call of the woman the night before that he arrived. Just very sad circumstances. And the poor woman on the phone was crying, and it's just sad. So, long story short, the man goes atop the stairs and greets the old woman, shakes her hand, and he asks her if he would be able to look upstairs. She's a bit hesitant, but allows him. And while upstairs, he realizes it's very plain, not much. There's a bedroom, a bathroom, and a closet. And then he starts to get scared. Really scared. And it's not by what he sees that scares him. It's by what he doesn't see. And what he doesn't see is a phone. No landline. And the woman doesn't have a cell phone. And then he hears a loud crash. And walking outside of that door frame, he sees an empty wheelchair on top of the stairs. That story, it took a bit longer for me to say it because I kind of forgot some of the stuff, But that was that's one of my favorite scary stories. I'll tell another one if you guys want. I have quite a few. So let's do another one. Tell us a creepy experience. My brother was in a restaurant and spilled out. A man said, "You okay?" He said, "Yeah." Turned around. There was no one. It's creepy. I haven't had too many creepy experiences. But if there was ever a weird time, we visited this on my birthday this year, or last year. It was in October. We visited this theater in Tampa Bay, Florida, called the Thurston Theater, and supposedly it's haunted. Now, I don't know how much I believe in ghosts, just because of what I believe in the Bible and what the Bible says, and not sure how much ghosts fit into that. But what I can tell you is that they mentioned that a man who passed away there, who was the projection booth operator, used to go upstairs and smoke and drink coffee as he went into the theater, or up into the projector booth. And when I was there, and they mentioned this, that you could smell it, and I could, the smell of coffee. I don't know if they pump it in there, I don't know how it got there, but I could smell coffee. I don't know about the cigarettes part, but and the time after that, where we weren't even on the ghost tour, it was during Christmas, I could smell some vague coffee. So, weird. I saw a clown in a car behind me. That is creepy. Let me think of another. Let me think of another creepy story. The clown sightings, I'm glad they've stopped for the most part. I haven't seen them in a while. I'm trying to think. There were some clowns outside of my school one time, which was kind of creepy. I'm trying to think. Okay, here's another story. So, there was a man, he was a murderer, and because obviously murdering is wrong, he was sent to prison and was in prison for quite some time. But he did have some friends in his prison. One of his friends in prison was actually the man who would take the bodies out of prison, if they pass away in their cells. And he would prepare them for burial, wrap them up, put them in the sarcophagus, or I don't think they're called sarcophagus now, they're called just coffins, and he would lower them into the ground and, cover the dirt with a group of men. And he was called the Undertaker. That's what they call the men who, put the... Hey, just 1 second. I see there's some negative things in... I'm fine with you expressing your opinions. Whoever wants to express your opinions, but please let's not use... So yeah, let's keep it clean, please, you guys. But anyway, so the Undertaker would take people who died in prison and would, bury them. So, one day, while the jail was relatively empty, the Undertaker was walking by the man's cell, his friend, and his friend pulled him aside and said, "Would you mind letting me out of here?" And they explained this, they came up with this whole plot, that one day he was going to act dead, and he was going to be moved to the morgue. And in the morgue, his friend would tie him up, wrap him up, put him in the sarcophagus as if that he was going to be buried because he died. In reality, though, it actually was the case that they would let him out. When they drove the truck to the cemetery, his friend, the Undertaker, would release him and he'd be free from prison. So, of course, he acted dead, and the group of men took him in to the Undertaker's office. And he had gauze on his face, and he was put into this big sarcophagus. And in the truck to the place, he was also in this sarcophagus, cramped on the truck to the cemetery. And he was next to a dead body. That sounds weird, but this is important, because their whole plan revolved around him hijacking in this other casket with this other dead body. Though the casket was completely pitch black. You know, if you close a casket, if you close a box around you, it's completely dark. So he was just next to this random dead person while he was being transported to the cemetery. So he hears the truck stop, and he's ready to be free. But then he feels the coffin being moved down. And, he starts shouting, hey, Undertaker, hey, let me out now. Alright, I think we made it. And then he starts hearing thuds of dirt hitting the top of the sarcophagus, which is when he goes into panic mode. It starts banging heavily. Banging, screaming. But because he smoked, his lungs couldn't take the breathing very long. And he realized that his friend was not out there. So, with the last little bit of his lighter, he flicked the lighter on, revealing the face of his dead friend, The Undertaker. Oh, man. I love scary stories. If you have any scary stories, if you have true scary stories, actually, send them to me. Maybe I'll make that into a series where I just tell scary stories. Thank you. Yet, oddly enough, my pastor told us that a few years ago. It creeped me out when we went camping. We were going on like a camping trip with my church, and he told that story. Quite a creepy story. And I'm not sure of any spirit props per se, but there are plenty of Halloween props already out on the market for 2017. Thank you for enjoying that story. I'll try to think of one more, and then we might call it quits, you guys. So, thank you. Sure, feel free to send me any stories you want. Let me think of another story. I'm trying to think. I used to have a ton. Okay, this one's kind of a funny one, but I've always liked this one. It used to scare me. Just tuning in, that story sounded scary in the end. Well, thank you, Hollywood Haunter. Thank you, guys, and congratulations. In case all of you who do not know, Halloween Haunter recently had a baby, which is really awesome. His name's Harrison. Really cute little baby. So make sure to congratulate them. But we'll do one more creepy story. This one always creeped me out as a kid, and though it was creepy, it had a funny ending. This is called The Ghost with the One Black Eye. So, there was a family, pretty nice family, pretty average family, and they all lived happily in this house, and they had a little baby. And little baby loved applesauce, loved the stuff, and they would always keep all of their extra groceries down in the basement. So, one day, little baby sitting in her high chair and goes, "I want my applesauce now." Because she's hungry, for obvious reasons. I mean, I think we all are. So, Mom, she's her mother, says, "Alright, baby, I'll go get you your applesauce." So she opens the basement door, closes it behind her, and it's dark down there, and it's damp. She starts walking down the steps with the creaking, and when she hits the bottom step, she hears a voice that says, "I am the ghost with the one black eye." And that mom, her hair stood on end as she ran up the stairs and slammed the door behind her and said, "Baby, no applesauce for you. There is a ghost in our basement." Her son says, Mom, I can take care of this. I am after all, the man of the house." So he opens the basement door, slams it behind him, and starts walking down the steps, hits the bottom one, starts looking around, and he hears a voice from behind him that says, "I am the ghost with the one black eye." And he turns white and runs up the stairs and screams to his mom and to his sister, "I will not be going down there." His sister says, "Hi, you could be man of the house." She walks down the steps and hears the same haunting expression. "I am the ghost with the one black eye." She screams, terrified, runs up and goes into her bedroom. Baby at this point is pretty upset, crying and saying, "I want my applesauce now." No one's getting the applesauce. So, the family dog is the hero for a lot of families. Family dog yawns after getting up off of, behind the couch and walks down the steps. And when he hears that ghost, "I am the ghost with the one black eye." That dog, its feet don't even touch the stairs. It makes it to the top of the door and runs behind Mom. At this point, Dad gets home from work, and all of his family, their hair is on end, they're white as a ghost, and the mother says to the father, "There's a ghost in our basement, and Baby wants applesauce." So, like a charismatic dad, he goes, "I don't believe in ghosts," and starts walking down the steps. When he reaches the bottom, his feet hit with a thud, and he hears, "I am the ghost with the one black eye." That Dad's eyes nearly popped out of his sockets as he ran up the stairs, slamming the door behind him, and with a tear in his eye says, "Baby, no applesauce for you today." At this point, Baby's both upset and mad. Baby pushes open the crib, jumps down, and crawls to the basement door. Baby walks down the steps and reaches the bottom with her blankie in hand, and then hears that menacing voice right next to her cheek. "I am the ghost with the one black eye." Baby turns to the beast and says, "If you don't give me my applesauce, you'll be the ghost with 2 black eyes." Oh! And they never heard from that ghost again. Oh man. Like I said, scary stories, they're pretty fun. And sometimes they're definitely crazy. So yeah, I do love that story. I used to listen to it. I had a CD full of them. I can tell one more if you really want, but I'm going to have to head to bed soon. Right now it is currently 10:22, which I guess isn't too bad, actually. That's not too late. But Spaz is kind of creeping me out. Chill, man. Chill. Have a Pepsi. I'm just kidding. I would be super fun. Mac and Campfire. I could do a series called Mac's Campfire, or Haunt's Campfire. So, thank you to all of you guys who are enjoying the scary stories, and thank you for Hollywood Haunter for checking out the stories. He does look quite creepy, I would definitely agree. He's kind of creeping me out. I'm trying to think of another scary story. Dang it, what was the one? Alright, I think one more that I think you guys will really like, and it'll be a good way to wrap up the end of the night. So let's bring Spasm over here as we finish up our very last story of the night. So get cozy. I like that. I hugged him. Oh, Spaz and I are such good friends. We are such good friends. Isn't that right, Spaz? He's looking over there, but he's really looking into his heart. So, let's get ready for the final story. Which, this story, actually, is one of the reasons as to why I love banshees. So, here we go. There was a man by the name of O. Hinnigan, but everyone just called him Mate. He was a pretty rough guy, and he was a journalist for a newspaper in Ireland. And, he'd always say, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in anything. He barely believed in anything. He hated the idea of ghost stories and all this baloney. He preferred hardcore evidence and facts. And a lot of times, he didn't get that when he did some of his news reports. And this is the very last news report he ever did. So, one day, he received a great story that he had to go research. And this particular story was about two women, it was one old woman who was found dead on her balcony near the water. When, he arrived, all the neighbors came to him and told him the same story. We all heard this weird shriek in the middle of the night. Loud, ear-piercing shriek. But she didn't even make a sound. We think it was the banshee. And O'Hinnigan's like, what are you talking about? There's no such thing as banshees or ghosts. So he did some research, and basically, if you don't know what a banshee is an Irish spirit that shrieks very loud. Anyone who hears the banshee is safe. But if you don't hear the banshee, if you are the only one who does not hear the shriek, then that means you are its final target. O'Hinnigan was pretty upset by his day, all of the people. He's saying, I don't believe in banshees, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in all of that nonsense. So he goes to the bar to get rid of his stresses. He's at the bar and he hears all of the townspeople over talking this whole thing about this murder, that this woman was found dead. And it really creeped a lot of people out, and he was so annoyed by it. What do you mean you believe in banshees? It doesn't make any sense. There's no such thing as banshees and ghosts. And he went on and on about it. And he was pretty upset. So the next day he goes back out in the town, and everyone's coming up to him because he's starting to write articles about this woman, and wouldn't even mention the whole idea of the banshee. Why don't you believe in the banshee, they all said. Why don't you believe in this story? He said, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in goblins, I don't believe in banshees, I don't believe in monsters. And he's walking through the town center. And then all of a sudden he looks around, and everyone has their hands to their ears. And they're all screaming, what is it? And he's looking around going, what? What is what? What is what? And then he sees this strange-looking beast with long hair, long arms, jump and push him down to the ground, strangling him with its claws as it shrieks. But he doesn't hear a thing. And he never heard anything ever again. And that was the legend of the Banshee. Another one of my favorite horror stories. So, I hope you guys enjoyed these stories. I know, these are pretty crazy. I love telling scary stories, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying them too. So I guess for like the last 5 minutes, we'll open it up to like a little Q&A thing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you think I should do more horror stories on my channel, please let me know. I would really appreciate just knowing your thoughts about maybe doing that. And thank you for all of the positive comments about the stream. I'm truly blessed to have all of the amazing fans and friends that I have here on hauntformer. And if you haven't, make sure to check out my other channel, The Glog. I have a ton of awesome videos on there too, so you won't want to miss either channel because we try to keep it fun, funky, fresh with oh man, I was gonna make a joke about Mark. What's his name? Oh, like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Whatever. Sorry, I had to explain the joke. It's not funny. But what I consider to get the Jimmy male mummy, I had the male mummy and his legs broke, so I'd probably end up getting just the ancient mummy from Distortions if I did this year. And I think he'd fit pretty well maybe with Spaz too. So yeah, if you think maybe I should do, maybe every weekend I could make a video, and maybe it's just like narration, Mr. Nightmare and people like that. I always love those videos. It could just be a fire, and my narration in the background, or something like that. I think that would be really fun. I just got to think of the right stories. Maybe I can include a few of the ones that I had tonight, and share those and see what people think about them. Why not try something different? We've got to try things different here. We got to keep it 100% funky fresh. So maybe if you enjoyed that, you will see the first of the hauntformer. I don't know what would you think I should call these things? Scary stories. I don't exactly know. And I know my Irish accent wasn't very good. Whatever. I'm not an actor. I mean, besides the worm people, which I don't know how much credit you want to give me for that. Campfire Tales, that's pretty good, but I wanted something more specific to hauntformer, Haunt fire. He's shooting mad haunt fire. You too have an awesome weekend. And if you want, you will see a video soon. I should make a scary box movie. Maybe I should. Like a spoof one. Scary Boxes. The movie. My room's so dark. Well, it looks darker on the screen than it does in actual life. It's a little bit brighter because I have these lights over here. Still, would you save a lot of money to get some really cool older Jimmy life sizes? Maybe it depends on the life sizes because some of them get pretty expensive. Haunt Stories. I do like that. That's a good one. Maybe I'll call it that. I like that idea, Haunt Stories. It's simple, yet people will get what it is. They're like haunted stories. I like it, and it fits hauntformer, so thank you. I gotta come up with a good title and intro, outro, thing like that. Haunt my world. That'd be like a DIY thing. Like that show, Hack My Life. They could do Haunt My Life, but I feel like if they did it, they should have Hollywood Haunter do it because I don't know. Fire and Cracker, yeah. You too. You guys have a great rest of your day, and say hi to Harrison for me. Cute little guy. But yeah, I always think that Hollywood Haunter should do it, because if you watch Hack My Life, it's a guy and a girl who do it, and I don't know. I think Chris and Gina would fit for doing something like that, and it could be called Haunt My Life. I think they should have a lot more haunting and Halloween shows on TV. They did Making Monsters a while ago with Ed Edmonds and Marsha Edmonds. But I think they could do more than just that because there's so many options for Halloween. And people enjoy things, maybe not Halloween itself, but horror and things like that all year round, which is what I try to do. Hey, and if you're watching this, big TV executives and Netflix executives, let's make hauntformer a Netflix show. Come on, we can compete with 13 Reasons Why and Stranger Things. Come on, let's talk about it. What's my favorite non-scary movie? Check out this movie. It's called The Encounter. It is a Christian movie. It's a really good movie too. Even if you're not someone who's really like a religious person, it is a really good movie. It's about these people that meet like Jesus at like a cafe or at a bar, or something, and he's the bartender, or he's like the waiter. Really cool movie. Yeah, I know, totally, right? You guys should definitely do more stuff. With the stuff that Hollywood Haunter makes, you guys could definitely have a TV show, I think. Just like Distortions, how they had a TV show. And then, I could do the amateur stuff, like how to make a PVC prop and how to make a prop head. Part 1 out of 2. Because, Halloween, it's great because people can interact with each other and learn different ideas from each other, and maybe like, I like this idea, but I want to do this. It's a great learning experience with other people. So, for that reason, it is cool. Insanity stories, I like that too. I like haunt stories a lot. It's pretty neat. So maybe I'll consider doing that. I think that movie was filmed by our old house. Oh, for real? No way, that's cool. I talked to the actor, the main actor who I think played Jesus in the movie, on Twitter, and that was pretty cool. He seems like a pretty cool guy. His name's like Bruce Marchino. I think his last name kind of sounded like Cappuccino, but whatever. Mac, you should write a horror book. I like that idea. Where it was a raining scene. Oh yeah, because it was raining. That's why they went into the diner. Cool. That's awesome. It was a very good movie. Even if you're not, someone big into religion, I think there's a lot of things you could learn from it. But especially if you're someone who is into religion, like I have my stuff here, it is really, really cool, and it's different. It takes place in the modern world, so I really enjoy that movie. And whenever I say it to people, I say, go watch The Encounter. It sounds like, like Close Encounters, so people probably assume it's some sort of alien movie. Which wouldn't be far off for me, because I watch a lot of alien movies, too. Do you watch The Haunting Hour? Was that R.L. Stine? I think I have it on DVD, but I haven't seen it. I watched Goosebumps. And I think they have Goosebumps on Netflix. Oh, they're playing Grim Grinning Ghosts on the old Pandora. When the grip goes in Tombstone's way, spooks come out for smoothing way. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim Grinning Ghosts come out to socialize. Come on, you gotta love The Haunted Mansion. It's a classic. Book may sit by your side. Bonus trivia. Can you name who wrote this song? I don't even know if I remember. They're brothers, I believe. What was their name? Oh, I got it. I believe they wrote this song. And they also wrote, It's a Small World and the Pirates of the Caribbean song. So, bonus points if you get those too. But they're all the same. Mac Ralston's new show, How to Haunt. Haunt my life. Now that'd be really cool. Would I like to join the Haunted House Club? You can make your own. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. A Haunted House Club. They have websites like that. They have Haunters Hangout and stuff like that. So definitely, I'm on Haunters Hangout, by the way. Not on the show, but I'm on the website, so check me out. I'd like to be on Haunters Hangout. Love Goosebumps. Did I watch the series? Did I watch the Erie, Indiana? I don't think I did. I don't believe that I did. I'll maybe have to look that one up then, if that's a good one. I remember there was a zombie one that got kind of dark for Goosebumps, because they were trying to eat the people, and I'm like, whoa, Goosebumps got dark. Because they always had to tone it down, because it was on TV, and it was for kids. Alright, so, Haunted Mansions is over, we can turn down the volume, unless another really good song comes on. But, like I said, if you, it's a kid series. Oh, it's another kid series. Oh, that's cool. I don't know. I feel like I maybe have heard of that, but I'm not positive. Did you tell about the live haunting history? Oh, yeah. That's my dad, by the way. We are going to attempt this summer to go to some tell me what you think of this, by the way. We're going to go to some supposedly haunted places in our area in St. Petersburg, Florida, and do a haunted history. One in particular is they actually hung a man at a clock in downtown, which is pretty sad and pretty morbid too. But I think we're going to go try to visit that clock and tell about the story of it. So I don't know. I think that would be cool. A lot of people seem to like creepy stories, and especially if it's true, we're not lying to you. We're just telling you straight out facts. And thank you for all you who think those ideas are cool. I definitely have to think of more ideas of how to do that kind of stuff. Love my wheelchair Jenny joke. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Yeah, okay, so if you didn't get it, I don't know, I think people are trying to guess. The answer is the Sherman Brothers wrote, I don't know if they composed, I think they composed it too. They wrote and composed the song for the Haunted Mansion. I believe that's who they were called. How did I make the Rush experiment behind you? Oh, that's Spasm from Morbid Enterprises. Oh man, he must be old. I actually tried to contact the sculptor who made him. I don't think I ever got a response. I'm your #1 fan. He's my favorite. But, yeah. Spasm is the guy, the notorious Russian sleep experiment man. I could make a video called, like, Russian sleep experiment exposed. Cops called. Gone wrong. And just have him in the thumbnail. You should make a video reacting to your old channel, Jared Mack. That is quite the channel. Yeah, that is quite the channel. What's my favorite movie to watch on Halloween? Halloween, obviously. Halloween's one of the best movies. How do you compete with Michael Myers? And they keep shooting him and he keeps getting up. I don't know what they think. Because in the first movie they shoot him. In the second movie they shoot him and he still remains... How do you shoot both his eyes out? I don't know. But they always shoot him and nothing ever happens, so I don't know. The fourth one was interesting, where he's on the car or whatever, and they ram him over with the car and still doesn't work. I have a scary story. Oh yeah, love scary stories. Oh yes, I will definitely answer your question, Zach. Just pop it down in the comments. Oh, you said the answer. Sweet Andrew. Yeah, Richard and... What was his name? Richard and Robert. That's it. I really need an answer to this question. Do I like soy sauce? I'm sure I do. Most soy sauce tastes basically the same, within reason. I messaged you, not texted, but from YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. Can you read it on the stream? I can see if it popped up on my phone, yes. If not, I'll have to check it out later, probably. Yeah, I don't know if I see it. I'll try to look it up soon, if that's okay. Put this spaz over here. Alright, so it looks like we're getting down to the wire here on this live stream. Again, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and supporting me. Definitely make sure to check out the blog, like I said, and hauntformer. I greatly appreciate all of it. Can't thank God enough for what He's done for me every day, and I thank Him always for all of you, because I don't know why all of you want to watch me make a bunch of goofy Halloween props in my garage, but I definitely appreciate it, and I will try to continue doing my best that I can. And yes, I'm glad. I can't wait for the next either. I'm so fortunate, too, that YouTube allows me to do these live streams and actually allowed it for mobile. Because for a while, I always wanted to do live streams on YouTube, but unfortunately I couldn't because they didn't access mobile yet. So, thank goodness we're getting it now. Which is awesome, because live streams are cool. We'll have to do more. Maybe I'll even do a live haunt or prop build, and I'll do, when Halloween comes around, live haunt builds. How flippin' awesome is that? It's flippin' awesome. would I be interested in going to Scare LA? I'm sure it'd be cool. I don't know if I'd be able to make it there. But I was mentioning, I know a lot of people were saying, am I going to go to this convention? Or that convention, or Scare LA, or maybe Mask Fest, or whatever. There is one place I really would like to go, and that is the Halloween and Party Expo in Houston. No, I'm sorry. Not Houston. That's Transworld, or wherever. They change it. I would actually really want to go to the Halloween Party Expo in Louisiana. So I might be going there. I'll know more updates when it gets closer to next January. And if I go, and you go, boom. We can go there, we'll fist bump, maybe eat a sandwich together. I mean, not like the same sandwich, but we'll hang out. So if you go and I go, it's going to be awesome. And we'll look at Halloween props and go, hey, it's a Halloween prop. I've never been to Mask Fest. No, it looks cool. Quiz. What was the theme for Spirit Halloween 2013? Oh, the clown train, right? That was the main one that I liked. What about Transworld? I live in Canada. I would love to go to Transworld. I just don't think I would be able to get there, but I would love to go. Maybe in the future, if I ever got a plane ticket to go. That'd be so awesome. Can you tell me, why did you stop making movies with Jared? We never really stopped making movies. But, it just depends. We have to get ideas for it. And thank you, Hollywood Haunter, too. I would really love to go to more expos. I think, all the haunters that go to those are awesome. Everyone's got a different style and taste when it comes to making haunted Halloween stuff. And it's really cool, and I hope I can get to meet you guys and meet other haunted people, online haunted people. And, the reason I would probably say the Halloween Party Expo is it's more on my level, and it's closer to me. What I mean is, Louisiana is relatively close to Florida. You could drive there if I needed, which I likely would. We'd have like a road trip. Maybe my family and I would go up there in January. Plus, I'd be in college, so it'd be easier. But the other thing is, Transworld, while it would be awesome to go, I feel like all of the stuff would be out of my grasp. So much of what Transworld offers is really cool, but it's made for professional places like Universal Studios and like McCamey Manor and all of these really big haunted houses, which is awesome to see, but I want to go somewhere that I can actually say, I would like to purchase that for my haunted house. And suffice it to say, I'm not buying a giant snake demon monster that is 7 feet tall, or 12 feet tall for that matter, and putting it in my grandparents' garage. Well, and like I said, it would be awesome to go and see all the neat things, but as far as logically buying stuff, I would say the Halloween and Party Expo is more on my level of things. Things from Spirit, things from and cool things, and they have live mask sculpting and stuff with like Trick or Treat Studios. That stuff's cool to me, and pumpkin carving and you can go to little classes and seminars there. That's intriguing. Do I watch The Walking Dead? Is it good? Yeah, I don't actually, which I know people are gonna kill me for. Just like when I said I haven't seen Harry Potter, people flip out. My pastor did yesterday. I'm like, I didn't watch Harry Potter. He's like, what? Yeah, I would like to watch The Walking Dead. I feel like I'm too far behind. And yes, I agree, Hollywood Haunter. I think it would be definitely very expensive for Transworld. I would love to go just to see the people there and get to meet some of the people that are really big in Halloween. But the people that I'm really focused on would go to Halloween and Party Expo anyways. Like Distortions goes there, and Trick or Treat Studios goes there. So yeah, too slow paced. Yeah, well, yeah, my friends seem to like it. It seems like it takes a while to get anywhere, though, from what I've noticed, so Not that I've seen it, but like I said, I've wanted to see it. I'm wearing a Walking Dead shirt right now. Ironically, it was from like a loot crate or whatever. But I just haven't got there. So yeah. So I think if that's all the questions, I think we're gonna wrap this stream up. Thank you guys for watching it again. This was a really good. This was the best live stream I think we've had. You know, Jared's not here, but this has been a very good stream. Would I join Jimmy Master Animatronics? I mean, I guess I could. I don't really have that much Jimmy stuff though, so I don't want to ruin what they have going on. And you are awesome, bruh. Bruh. Zuh. Like zombie? Zuh. Yeah. Thank you guys again. Hope you have a blessed and awesome rest of your night. Stay spooky. And keep haunting on. And you all too. And thanks to Hollywood Haunter for watching the stream too. And wow, thank you for all the awesome comments. I really appreciate it, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to try to have a new build up tomorrow. Or soon. Whenever it goes up. Yeah. Whenever it gets up. Once it does, it's going to be really cool. So, see you all really soon. Send me those scary stories if you want to see them. Which, I think, judging by today, you probably would. And, remember, you know the drill. For all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.